Welcome to Pull It Up Radio. With all of the guys. I don't even feel like saying all y'all's names. Y'all know who it is. We got everybody in here. Um, Today's episode, I'll be honest with you guys, I really don't have any pointed questions. I really just kind of want to dive into the whole myth of testosterone making you attracted to males or changing your sexuality, or I guess the effects of testosterone, and you guys' thoughts on that. And because I didn't even really know that was a thing until guys started saying that, and then Jay had sent me a TikTok on it, and I was like, oh, niggas really out here thinking that shit. So, but I've also heard a lot of trans men say, like, after they do transition, they do start to fool with men. But I guess in my opinion, I feel like that desire might have always been there. You might just not always felt comfortable enough to go for it. And now that you are, expressing yourself because to transition, that's like you are completely like I feel like that's like a coming out of like it's just sorry, I'm having a fumble with my words. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's a life-changing event. Like it's like a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? So your mind might be open to new different shit that you wasn't allowing your mind to be open to previously. So that's what I think is more. I don't think testosterone leads to you wanting some dick. I don't
free now. Do everything.
Right.
Try all that.
Right. So I don't know if anybody wanted to start off with their thoughts on the topic or whatever have you, but yeah.
I mean, I'll piggyback. I can't see. Is Mason on here? I can't even see. Mm-hmm. Mason, you on my other screen, bro. I need you over here.
How to get over?
Oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, Mo. That's pretty much how I feel about it. And I've had to have this conversation with people. I've like literally gotten into it with people because it's like it's not so you don't just. I'm not just gonna say you turn gay. I feel like once you transition, just like you said, it's a whole different life for you. You know what I'm saying? Your life is completely different. You feel different. You go through changes. People always just think about the physical shit. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you go through these changes. And so once you feel like you comfortable and shit like that, you do start looking at the world a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely understand the mindset. And you're finally comfortable in your skin. And, you know what I'm saying, there's certain things that you are willing to do and you want to try, or, you know what I'm saying? I get it completely. It's not for me, but I get the whole concept. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with me liking women and being into certain shit or not into certain shit, at this point, I'm like, shit, we can do whatever. Like, it's whatever. Like, let's just do it. And also, I some of that be because niggas be real horny these days because that testosterone motherfucker, and they just be like, women might not be satisfying them the way that they need to at this point, so they need something more. They want to experiment a little more.
Gotcha. I can see that. I was watching somebody's live. Who was it? I don't know if you guys know this guy Desmond. He's really active on like Instagram. He's from Philadelphia. He's in Florida now. But anyway, he's a trans guy, and he was having a live one time, and he was talking with some other people. And I guess this kind of topic kind of came up, and he was saying, he's like, I don't like men. He said, but I guess I could kind of see it from the standpoint of, and his theory was, once you start to see yourself transitioning and you like the way that you look, like you really start to, it's like at least I can say for myself, like whenever I'm looking in the mirror, like I'm very attracted to myself now. Like I'm like, yeah, nigga, you look good. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, maybe for some guys, like them being so attracted to themselves, maybe they start to find attractive features or traits about men that they actually like because they're finding those things attractive about themselves. And I was like, that's an interesting take on it. I never heard of that take, but that's
to certain things.
Say what? Say that again.
Like they're paying closer attention to things. Like, how when we first start getting our facial hair and shit, so now you going out looking like
right. Because I will say I'm not interested in men, but I do pay closer attention to men. But it's because I'm looking like, oh, well, do I want my beard to look like that? Oh, do I want to try and do this? Oh, I like that way that looks. Oh, I like that, So it is a lot of paying attention to males. But for me, it's more so I'm just trying to figure out, would that look good on me? Do I like that? Do I want that? Can I get that? How do that's what I'm paying. And then I know for me, I do tend to, as far as the anatomy goes, have this debate that me and my fiance have. Because I feel like I need to pack, and she's like, you don't need to pack. And so sometimes I find myself, and it's not in a sexual way, but I'm looking at men to see, do they show or do they not? Like, is that acceptable? Because her thing is, she's like, whenever you can see a man's print, she's like, more than likely they're hard. She's like, so you don't want to be going out, walking out outside in public, people thinking that you just hard or you horny or some shit. I'm like, no, but I do. But I also know that women talk about the whole gray sweatpants thing. So I'm like, so what is the balance between that? Like, do it show? Do you have a print? Do you not? Do it mean you're hard? Do it, because I don't want to come out here like a horny kind of pervert or some shit. Like I'm just horny for women all the time. But I want to be able to show, that I'm working with something too. So I don't know. I said all that to say I do pay attention to males more now than I did, but it's because I'm trying to figure out what I want for myself,
Right.
Yeah. I find myself doing that stuff too, though. But I don't be wanting nobody to catch me looking like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to think I want you.
Right. I don't want you to think, oh, you want
but,
this.
But nah, it is like, because I asked questions like, but I feel like they just don't, they want to be showing. Like, and then it's that actually wear their underwear correct. You know what I'm saying? Where it won't be showing. Right. So I guess it's just your level of perviness you trying to,
you're trying to exude.
You want people to see you, like even like, cause I work with nothing but cis dudes. Like I'm probably the only trans person, but I don't even know
on your jail. That's
in my job.
Sorry, you're not in jail.
Yeah, it seems like it. With the
but in the you work at a psychology ward, right?
Yeah, a psych hospital. But like they just, a lot of them just need attention and they need some love. Yeah, a lot of it.
I done been there before. I used to work with juveniles at a detention center, and it was the same thing. They just needed some love. That's what it was.
Because it's some real horrible parents out there.
Yeah, it is definitely.
I'm like, that's crazy. How you not gonna love something that you made?
Right, so precious.
Right. Yeah, but it's just like, some of the guys they do, and then some don't that I work with, and I look out. What the fuck? I ain't never had one, so shit.
Right. So I'm trying to see.
So like, what does it do? So I just see the type of dudes. Like I see, like normally the younger dudes, they like social media and shit. They make it like, oh yeah, that's what the thing it need to be. But like an older guy, I feel like maybe he a perv, and then some of them they got wives, so they really don't give a fuck. So they really don't be showing. Like, what I'm saying? It's just different for different people, I guess.
Gotcha. So what I'm getting from it is that it don't really need to be showing. It's only showing if you want it to show.
Want it to show. Like if you want to put that out there like that. Yeah, it's on my leg.
Yeah.
Let me say something real quick.
Okay, True. Because I know you be wearing your shit, True.
I was just about to say, I don't know, some of y'all know, but I do pack. So, and I got different ones. So sometimes if I feel like, I'm walking in the mall on the weekend, it's cold outside, I might have that thing on me. Yeah. And if I'm going to the grocery store, like, more subtle places, then, I might do a little bulge thing, and it's just subtle. You don't really see it too much, like really, really looking. Right. But, and I do that for me. I don't care about what other people think about it. I don't want to offend nobody, I'm not walking out with like fucking heart on, like, just long and strong.
Look at me.
Sometimes if I'm feeling myself a little bit, I might let that thing swing a little bit, and that's it. Okay. It makes me feel good, because like Mason said, shit, I wasn't born with one, so this part of the it's the whole confidence thing. It's the whole thing like that. But I swear to God, a couple months ago, I went to HEB, the grocery store out here, and this dude was walking around with, his shit was huge. I'm not playing,
sir.
Right. Dude, like crack dance. And I swear to God, every aisle that I went down, here this motherfucker comes. Like, and I'm like, he had no his hand. I'm there for 45 minutes. You still ain't got no groceries, nigga. Why your dick in my face?
Nigga, why are you here?
Why are you here? And I felt like kind of like, what you said about the young people and shit, but this was an old dude. So why are you walking?
He a perv. He just trying to pick up. He on the prowl.
That's
Trying
what
to
it
get
is.
himself.
Because if you in the grocery store for 45 minutes, you ain't picked up a goddamn thing, nigga, you there to try to get something. Because I don't want to be in the grocery store that long.
Yeah, on the every time we pass like each other in the aisle, he would like look at me like, cut his eye.
Like,
So,
nigga, dude.
yeah. I'm just like, what did you come in here? I feel like that was some type of fetish. You know what I'm saying? He liked being out in public. He liked that I knew, like, nigga, you want some bullshit without saying
Right.
it.
Yeah, and he liked that it was out. See, that's what my fiance be saying. She's like, some dudes don't wear no underwear because they wanted to swing purposely. They wanted. She's like, it's all a thirst trap. So that's what it is. She's like, you just paying attention, and I'm like, well, shit, I just be paying attention to what women be saying on social media. You know what I'm saying? They be talking about, ooh, great
They ready
sweatpants
for
season.
that season, that great.
Yeah, the season. I'm like, okay, the season coming. It's winter. Yeah, I gotta put it out. You know, but she be like, you don't have to, because I be getting ready. I be putting on my shit, and she be like, where you going? I'm like, I'm just going to the grocery store.
Where you go with your dick on?
Where your dick on? I'm like, this is my flat one. I can't even do shit with this one. Let me just, you know, shit. But I don't know. We done got into a whole other but I guess
like it's to each his own. Like I don't give a damn about all that because for one, it'd be too hot. All that. So I'm like, hell no, hell to the no.
Yeah.
On by my day. Too much.
I think it's like True said, it's just a matter of like confidence and what make you feel good. Like I know for me, like if I'm gonna be out and I'm gonna have to go to the bathrooms and things like that, like it may be more comfortable like to pack and then like go into a stall opposed to like, you know, not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think it just really like True said, it really just depends on how you feel about yourself and your confidence. Like you don't need it, but if it makes you feel good, then I say do it.
Right.
That's cool.
I've been thinking, has anybody tried to stand to pee? How does that work? I haven't done it because I feel like I'll just get in there and piss all over the place, and then I'll be having to clean up some shit, and I don't want to be at work, and I'm like, fuck, now I got piss all over my pants, and I'm shit, you know.
So it's levels to the shit. Like it's levels to like the standing pee. Now I know I'm not a professional peer, so let's just put that out there right now. Like a week old, you know what I'm saying? But it's a very difficult thing to like work with for real. Still trying to get it figured out, but when I do, I'll let you know. But
yeah, I don't have the one that's like shaped in the form of a penis. It's one of those plastic ones that you kind of have to carry around, and I haven't taken it out in public. I thought about using it at home to try, but use
a packer, and you can like just put a hole through a packer, and if it's comfortable for you to use that, you can use that as your standard pee as well. A lot of guys do that. I've seen a lot of guys do that for sure, but yeah, stand like just a regular stand to pee. Like I have one from Trans Supply. It's called I ain't gonna lie and tell you what the name of it is, but it's tough. Like
But with that, like, so if you going out with the stand up to pee, like you just walk around with it in your pocket, or is it it's attached to you?
So it goes within it goes in a harness and like the cup.
Oh, okay.
Like between your legs. So like,
how you get all the pee out of there after you finish peeing? Or you just be pissing until you get back home? Huh?
I haven't figured that part out yet.
We ain't got that far yet.
Like,
that's been my question though too, because I'm like,
that's why I never, because I mean, as much as you shake, it's still, you know what I'm saying?
It's still something in there, and then it's like you're going. I guess you just gotta fully clean it out when you get home, unless you want to rinse it out.
Well, what if you walking around everywhere?
Some actually take it off and clean it, but I'm just like, if you in a bathroom, it's crowded. If you don't,
right,
you gotta just deal with it and keep going.
Yeah, and just keep going. I guess. What'd you say?
I said, who got piss liquid in the STP?
I'm saying how you get it out, like after each clean when you out in public. Like,
you shake it.
And it's just shake it, and then you give it a good clean when you get home. You got to stand the pee where you at.
You said where'd I get mine from?
No, I'm saying like you got one to where when you out, you pee when you out with it.
Yeah. Pull up to the stall.
You use it all the time, because I got one I say never use it in public.
No, sometimes I'll put my drawers and my dick down and go to the squat.
to the restroom. Sometimes I put my drawers and my dick down. like anybody else. Yeah.
Because that would be like too much cleaning per,
It's per use. That's what I was thinking.
Huh?
I get you though. I get you. It's a lot of work.
After, you clean it, there's still a little drip up in there.
You get the toilet out, right?
Oh, so I'm gonna be sitting in the store that long doing all that.
Yep.
See, I don't want to do all that. I'd rather just. This may be nasty.
I'm a
I'd rather
lazy
kind of
peter. I'm
shake
gonna just
it.
go in there and pee.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pee, shake it a little bit, and I give it a good clean when I get home. I don't have time to be sitting there in the stall doing all this. And
Well, I mean,
cleaning it out and shit.
You got to that
Yeah,
part.
for sure, because then it'll be stinking.
Well, it'd be on your pants because if you start, you might get one. But that's natural. Cis men be having little leakage too.
Little leakage pants.
Yeah, that's still nasty.
Okay, that's why cisgender niggas nasty.
Sit your ass down on the toilet and shit.
I've always wondered that on the cisgender man. Do they be having driplets like it just dry up after you shake, or they gotta have some kind of driplets after this is
well because I've seen it like in public, like nigga, why you just came out the restroom and you got a little drop right there on the side of your leg, like nigga, you couldn't shake it all the time.
You couldn't whack it again, nigga.
Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Go piss and then just
Got shit.
little
That motherfucker don't take just a little sheet of toilet paper and just pat yourself and then
right, nigga.
I don't know what.
And I would, if that was me, that's what I would do. I would shine it all up before I got back on the road. Like, why would you just leave it?
I think we thinking from the mindset of
because that's what we
well, not just we having sex with women, but honestly, I think because we were assigned female at birth, we were raised to have a different cleanliness than I think a lot of cisgender niggas have, and so I feel like we just carry that over into kind of like, that's a little too dirty. Like, cause I feel like some cisgender niggas, they just downright dirty. And it's like, nigga, you ain't got to be that damn.
My nephew, though. My nephew, he don't like to.
He don't like to be dirty. You don't like. You're patting. We ain't getting.
Good job, man. Good job.
That's how I see. I like little kids like that. When little boys real, about their cleanliness, they just like, I don't really want that.
And like y'all, once we start transitioning and shit, and the hormones, supply the bottom growth. You know what I'm saying? And our shit starts getting longer, bigger, and shit. We start developing extra like foreskin. You got to peel that back, my dude.
Yeah,
same way as it was before.
That's another thing. That's another thing. I feel like. That's not something that's talked about enough, but yeah, when you start to really growing and you do get that foreskin, you have got to peel it back, especially if you have a woman and she's putting her mouth on you. You have got to pull that shit back. If you don't pull it back, I feel bad for your woman. Okay, I feel bad for your woman. Especially if you're a person who like. You're active a lot, like either you work out or you have a job that causes you to move a lot or you sweat a lot. You gotta, all the guys listening, and this is for cis or trans, okay? Pull that shit back and clean it.
Yeah, ladies.
What'd you say? Ladies too?
Ladies, you too, yeah.
Yeah, some ladies do have abnormally large, you got a lot of foreskin. Pull that shit back, sis. Everybody who got a lot of foreskin, pull it back. I'll just say that. Because you can be anything. Man, female. Pull it back. I don't even know how we got here. How do we get to this topic?
This shit just kind of went left. I just kind of fixed it.
Hey, I couldn't say nothing. I'm just like.
We just all low. I mean, this
episode.
Huh?
I said I'm uneducated on the past. So I just stopped talking. Like, you listening. I'm not real educated on it either. I just be saying my experiences from what I do know. I don't know. I feel like we done got way off topic. We just talking about, what this episode is we just talking about whatever. Cause I didn't even really come in here with a lot of pointed questions anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I think here's a question, and this is a random question. What are some things that you feel somebody transitioning within their first year needs to know. Like, whether it be something like the foreskin shit, because like honestly, like nobody's sitting here telling you that. Like it sounds funny, but like for real, nobody's sitting here telling you, hey, you're gonna have some abnormal growth, or not abnormal, but you're gonna have some growth down there. So you have to treat it differently. You can't just go about how you've always went about it. You know what I'm saying? So what would be some other things, especially for the more seasoned guy? I consider, you know, Fat and True to be really seasoned. Y'all been transitioning what, 5+ years? And so what would be some things that you feel that the men's need to know? What do we need to know?
Where you at, Mason? You want to go?
Oh, first of all, when you first start, well, for me, I feel like you really gotta relearn yourself. Like, you know, you're gonna go through some real big changes. Like as far as like your moods, you know what I'm saying? Like some of that stuff, like it really changed, and like it'd be like battling. So you be like up and down. So you just really gotta talk to people, have you an outlet, and then just really I say stay to yourself. Like mostly like, don't be in a relationship. Like I wouldn't. Like I experienced it in a relationship and it was horrible because it was like a lot of things I was battling with myself. And like to even just bring that into something, like you really just, I would say you just really gotta learn yourself. Like it's different. Like it really is.
I could agree with that.
I agree with that's your thing. And it's crazy because it's like you can see you do research. Most people do research. I know I was like a Google head before I started because I wanted to know what to look forward to, what to expect type of thing. And a lot of things they're said, but they're not, too much. They don't go into too much detail about it. At least back in 2018 when I started, they did. It was very, but yeah, definitely the emotional side. What Mason said, like I did start dating. I had a girlfriend before, like right before I started dating her right before. And then, it was tough, like literally weeks before I met the girl. Then I started T and it was super sweet girl. But man, you battle shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you go through so much shit mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you're changing, but you're also trying not to lose the person that you are before. And, you have to remember that you're still the same person. You just might think differently, look differently, but at the end of the day, your core should still remain the same. You know what I'm saying? And when he said stay to yourself, stay to your damn self. Because first of all, there was days where I hated myself. I got on my own fucking nerves because the hormones, they just, it's crazy. I mean, you could imagine you're injecting, a foreign hormone, well, not so foreign, but you know what I'm saying, super concentrated. And your whole life, your whole world, my family was sick of me. My best friend was sick of me. Like I was sick of me. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah. It was terrible. And you know what I'm saying? I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy. It took me a while for my hormones to get adjusted. But remember, I told y'all in that other video, when I started, I was going to the black market. So I don't know if my shit was proper. My shit, you know what I'm saying? My shit might be too much.
Like the doctor that we have out here, he gives everybody like the same one.
Oh, they don't even be adjusting according to.
That's what he was giving. And everybody that I would talk to, I would ask them like, "Hey, what's your prescription like?" This and that. And that's basically what I stayed on throughout the whole time. But my levels are always cool. But it was just like the beginning of it, like and then it's just. It's not crazy, but it's just something just like a journey. And it was like it had its bad days and it had its good days. And then you just level out. But it takes time and everybody different. But I know for sure you just gotta be one with yourself.
Yeah. I feel like for me. No, go ahead. What are you saying?
Oh, you got it.
I was just saying, I feel like for me, I feel like I can't really remember too many bad days out of my first year. I feel like it was completely like different for me in a way of I was finally happy. Like I feel like I've struggled more now with adjusting my levels and my mood than I do now than I did during my first year. I feel like my first year was like I was completely, aside from me getting upset with the pronoun things because I wasn't fully passing as a male then, I feel like for the most part, it was like a blissful experience. I was just there. I was just soaking it all up and I was enjoying the shit, you know. And I know everybody's different, but like I said, I feel like now I deal more with trying to get my levels adjusted and get my mood switched out. And I'm gonna be on year 4 in May. So, but honestly, it's probably me because I be pushing my shot days off and doing it's just I'm not consistent with I have real bad needle anxiety. So like me pushing my shot day, like today, I need to take it today. I should have took the shit Friday, but I have absolutely need to do it today because but I don't know. It begin the anxiety gets to me and I just be like, I'll do it tomorrow. Or I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
how long has the longest time you've been off of it? Like with
About 2 weeks.
do you feel a difference in 2 weeks?
Yeah. My I'm like a raging bull by the time 2 weeks is up. Like my attitude is out of there, my irritability. Don't talk to me, don't say nothing to me because I'm probably gonna go the fuck off. Like I'm just that's why I would be afraid to get off of it at this point is for an extended amount of time because I don't even know how my body would adjust because just them 2 weeks being off of it, it was like I don't know. It kind of felt like I needed it at this point because I'm like, shit, if I get off of here, I don't know how my mood gonna fucking be. So I don't know if that means like my hormone levels have adjusted to the point where they need the testosterone in order for me to mentally function the way I need to, or I don't know. It'd be a lot of stuff.
I definitely remember those like early on, like if I stopped for like 2 weeks or it's like every other week. So if I missed one type shit, I would notice it a little bit, but it wasn't bad. I mean, I ain't taken a shot since last summer. You know what I'm saying? And I feel fine. Only thing that bothers me is just I'm a little sensitive.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you kind of like adjusted.
Huh?
You adjusted now.
Yeah. And I also
You already done went through like the change or whatever. Do you have? Well, I don't want to ask you like.
What? Ask me.
What?
Ask me.
What did your stuff ever start back on?
Nah, so I never had a cycle. Trigger warning.
Okay.
I never had a cycle.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
Yeah.
I need one of them red dot signs. You know what I'm saying? How they be
trigger. I'm gonna put something on here. Trigger warning.
Yeah. It's all right. I got you. So,
yeah.
Stop. Nah, I started November 3rd, 2015, and after that, I never had another one. Like,
okay,
I had one.
So even
last one, never had
so
another.
Even after like you started, even after you started and you stopped, it never came back.
Nope.
Oh well, that's good as hell.
No,
I mean that ain't good as hell, but I'm like, well, good it didn't come back on because that shit is.
Yeah. And that was something that I don't know why I thought that I was gonna have it because my shit used to be bad. Obviously, I had to have like that emergency full histo, but I never.
Yeah, you had that, so it wouldn't do that anyways, though, right?
No, I had that because that shit was probably gonna kill me eventually.
No, I'm saying like even after having the histo, you don't have a cycle no more anyways, right?
Well, yeah,
ain't in there.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying I didn't know that you had that.
Oh yeah. But I just had that a year ago, my histo, and I've for almost 7 years. So this year to make 7 years this November. But I was gonna say earlier, how is y'all's appetite? How has it changed since starting?
Like at the beginning, I would eat a lot, but then I started working out. But then I would still eat a lot, but I would eat healthier, I guess.
I guess I'd say in the beginning I ate more, but honestly, I can't really give you a concrete answer on that with me being such an avid weed smoker because I feel like the weed be fucking off my appetite on, so I can't tell you whether I just ate a lot more because I was high or whether I was just trying to intake more calories because of testosterone. So I really can't tell you because I know that now my appetite will vary from day to day. It'll be some days I don't want to eat at all. It'll be some days I feel like I want to eat everything in sight. I just have a taste for everything. And it waxes and wanes, So
You
I
was
can't
smoking
really,
back then too? Like,
yeah. I started smoking like every day starting 2015.
okay.
So before that, it was like a social thing. I wouldn't even buy it. It would just be if I was around people and they had it, whatever. But in 2015, that's when I really started smoking. So I don't know. I can't say what my appetite.
Yeah, you've been, on hormones for a while. So, Jax, I don't know how long you have been. Jay, what about y'all? Like, since y'all are, what I'm saying.
My first year, I ate a lot. Spinning back to what we originally was talking about, in my first year, I really struggled with who I was and who I was becoming, and that is something like I didn't have any information on as far as like the mental take it was gonna take on me. So like I struggled a lot there, and I haven't been on T in like the last, I want to say about 4 months right now, and I can definitely tell the difference. Like I didn't got real sensitive, like and then I struggle with that as well. So working through the motions, but I smoke a lot of weed. Like my appetite go from one day I might not want to eat, today I might eat a lot, but but first year I ate a lot, but I was losing weight.
Right. Yeah.
Losing weight crazy. So I was trying to eat more and more and more, and it just
I take that back. I do remember. I don't really remember eating a lot. I do just remember the thing that I really remember that stands out to me was just like when I started working out, how my body mass started to change. That and how it started to change so quickly. Like the rate that your body changes and builds muscle when you're on testosterone versus when you don't have, it's like it's night and day. It's crazy. So I can say, yeah, I didn't, yeah. And speaking to I know Jax, you were saying, well, Jax and True, y'all saying y'all are more sensitive now. I can say that that's another thing that really stuck out to me during my first year. I was like, because I consider myself to be a sensitive person, and especially when I was a female, I was very, very sensitive. But when I got on the testosterone, I feel like I didn't have no emotions for a lot of things. I feel like I should have had emotions for. I just couldn't cry about it. I remember I probably didn't cry for months, and the first time that I did cry, it was over like somebody dying on a TV show. It wasn't even like something that was real life. I was like, why the fuck am I crying over this shit? And I can't even cry when, a bitch is telling me this, and the other. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know what you want me to do about that. But so I feel like my emotions were misplaced a lot. Like I'd be emotional about things that didn't really need to be emotional. And I would be totally unbothered by shit that I probably should have been bothered by.
See, like, I feel you. Like I was in a relationship, and I can definitely understand what True about like not being in a relationship when you first start. It was like before I was very emotional. I was willing to talk about stuff, and it was I'm still able to talk about stuff, but I cared more. So in that first year, like with the mood swings, it was like I was struggling with being like really in touch with my feelings, and all of a sudden, like now you would tell me something, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like what are we talking about this for? I don't really care. And like I really battle with that. And like now, like it's kind of like, oh no, like, well, it's too many emotions flooding to me at once. That's where it feel like I'm more sensitive now. It's like, I wish I didn't care so much right now.
Right.
I wish I did not care about this, but this is making me so mad right now. I don't understand it,
Right.
And it's happened a mood swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, have your moods been since I know you're the youngest I don't know how to, you know what I mean? But yeah.
I'm 6 months in the game. For me, to be honest with you, like I ain't even gonna. I don't want to say it like this, but I haven't had those type of issues.
Mm.
I guess because I did so much research and I did so much like work, like, and I've been in therapy for 3 years, like really dealing with my gender dysphoria and stuff like that. And so before I even got married, like I told y'all before, like I already told my wife, hey, like I'm gonna be transitioning. This is what this is gonna look like. That's what this is gonna look like, and just be patient with me along the way. She said, as long as you don't become abusive, I don't give up. So I know within my first 2 months, like we had just finished IVF, so I had just got off of all that estrogen, and my body was like coming back down, and my body basically crashed. Like my estrogen was at like a 25, and my testosterone was like at like a 70 or some shit like that. It was really really low. Probably I think it was like a 17 or some shit like that. And so when she started me on my doses, she started me too fast, and it was my body was so out of whack. Like it was I noticed myself getting just flustered just by like me breathing too hard type shit. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, something's wrong. Like I'm an even keel person. There's something wrong. Like my T levels must be too high. And I know my hair started falling out. Like I would be brushing my hair and like just piles of hair would just like come into like the sink, and it got really bad. And so I dropped my dose. Like I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. So I dropped my dose, and I dropped my dose actually after I had my first follow up, which was like 3 months after. And I told her, I was like, hey, like I was like, I don't feel the same. Like something, like I'm too off. She was like, yeah, your T levels are over 1,500 milligrams.
Ooh, shit.
And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, yeah, just drop it a little bit. I was like, no, I'm going to the lowest dose I can. Like, so I dropped down to like my sweet spot, and I've been sitting there. And once I dropped my dose, I'm gonna say within like a week or like about a week and a half, I just completely normal all over again. Like I didn't have like any highs and lows and crazy emotional whatever. Like my body must really take to hormones really well, because it, even with IVF with estrogen, my body was like, oh yeah, we're doing this, like eggs for you. And then when I got off of that shit, and like, and I had, and everything kind of ran its course, and then I started T, and then like, after 2 months, like I'm gonna say honestly, after like 2 to 3 months, like I was a-okay. Like even right now, like I'm fine. Like I can't even lie. The only difference is right now is like I haven't been able to work out as much, so I'm like I'm stupid energized. But I had my histo, last month, so I've been kind of out. But like my appetite, everything is still the same. I've always worked out, so like for me, like it really don't feel no different. I ain't gonna cap. The only thing I did notice, like Mo said, is like when I was like in the gym for like 2 months before I got my histo, like my body started to look really different real quick.
Yep.
And I'm like looking at myself like, okay, nigga.
I'm trying to tell you and I noticed your body getting bigger just in the 2 months. It's like
body, man. Start looking at my body.
No, shut up. Like you can be working out for years as a female, and it's like, and it takes some time to really get to where you want to go. But being a dude, if you really, especially if you get your diet on right, because like your body can transform even with you just being in the gym and your diet being shitty, because that's how I am. But I know if I were to get my diet intact, my body would be out of there. And it's crazy. I'm just like, damn, like testosterone really be.
It's crazy how quick it works. Like I can lose 15, 20 pounds just off some like basic ass like going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked in a warehouse, man, a month, and 15, 20 is like nothing.
Yep.
And that's me going to work. You know what I'm saying? Too much in my work type shit.
So what's everybody's levels at right now? Like, what is your dosage?
Before we do that, and educate me on this, y'all, because I don't know. Sub-Q and intramuscular, so does it absorb differently? Like, no, it's the same?
It's the same. It's just with the intramuscular, it's going into the actual muscle. With the sub-Q, you're injecting into fat. So, right. But it's still, it absorbs the same. What? Say that again?
Anybody tried the gels? Like the...
I've tried.
You tried the gel? How did that work?
You said
what?
What'd you say?
The gel is a motherfucker. Like I got the gel too, just to kind of help supplement whenever I was, because I was going to the black market. It was expensive as hell. I don't advise nobody. I wasn't actually going to the black market, so disclosure. But I had it to kind of supplement when I wasn't able to pay all that, $500 for the trip to get the shit.
Right.
And it definitely, like, you rub it on the inside of your thigh, and you can't like go lay down with your lady type shit. Ain't no cuddling, because if she rub on your thigh, now that tea is gonna be absorbed into her, and you know what I'm saying, that could be a whole. Her voice might drop the next morning.
Like, baby, hey, baby, what?
But I like the gel, but you have to also be careful because each pump is measured. You know what I'm saying, and so you have to know that, and then. If you do too much, you're definitely gonna learn real quick. Like the hot flashes, the fatigue, or whatever the case may be. It's gonna let you put too much shit on there.
So with the gel, how long you gotta like not touch nobody before it absorbs into your skin?
I would say at least a couple hours. I mean, like because it has it smells like it has alcohol in it, so it's helping absorb it through your skin. So I would say once your skin is dry, obviously, but rubbing it in. Like if you put lotion on, you know what I'm saying? Your skin is wet for a little while. Eventually it dries off, it evaporates, and then you're good.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I never really.
It come with a dosage, like a little sheet.
Mine didn't.
Well, that's because
yours didn't.
Right. His black market.
I would have to show it's just I didn't get it in a box or nothing. Like,
they just gave you a lotion bottle, True. That's it. They say, here, take this gel.
Got that nigga pump with the.
They say, do one pump.
It has no pump. Pump is like, it's measured. I don't know what the doses that say on it, but man, I don't know.
The doctor will tell you though, like for any, I know some guys. Well, I know some non-binary people who actually take the gel, and with the gel, your doctor will tell you how many pumps or whatever to put on your body as well.
Yeah.
Man, I might have to. I don't know. I don't know. And sometimes I be wanting to try the gel.
It may not work. So what happens is, the longer you're on testosterone, like your skin gets thicker, and so for some people, depending upon the type of skin you have, it may not absorb into your skin completely, and so you may get a full dose. So I would say, like, if you want to try it, you can try it, but like, just know that it may not work for you.
Yeah,
I just stick with the shot.
Using it to help me skate by. It wasn't anything like I didn't get it from a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Go out and do stuff and whatever. I just personally did not get it from a doctor. I was not prescribed it. You know what I'm saying? So I just used it to kind of help me in the meantime, in between time, shit, to kind of help me coast it, because I knew that all of it wasn't going to absorb into the body as if I was injecting it into my muscle. So it just kind of was me float a little bit. That's it.
Okay.
So like, remember, you gotta do that shit every single day. But like, it's still gonna give you like a consistent like dose, but you may still kind of, you may
fluctuate. It may, yeah. Well, maybe not. Then I just gonna stick with my old shot.
It looks,
huh?
It's like hand sanitizer.
See,
and it's cold. You gotta rub it in there. And then if you got long hair on your thighs like me, get all.
Yeah, you gotta
pulling your hair. Yeah, it's a lot. Just shoot me.
That's another thing they don't tell you about the damn hair. Didn't nobody tell me my ass was gonna get this goddamn. I'm already a hairy person, so prior to, so when I got on this, the hair just went crazy, and I was like, why is it strings of hair?
I ain't gonna cap. Like, I knew that I watched a lot of YouTube. I watched a lot of guys, talk about like, the changes within like a certain, like whatever week or whatever month or whatever I was on. Like, I would like to like, pre-watch and see what's the possibility of what could possibly happen to my body with these hormones. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of mentally prepare yourself for that shit.
Right.
I watched and like my legs and my belly and just, I was just the course of it. I wasn't. I was prepared, but I was just like, okay, I can't have no more. But you know, it.
You don't think about the places that this hair is growing.
Absolutely. You don't.
Like what the? Oh, I had hair that could grow there. Like,
right. Like,
if I'm gonna be honest, like it's been my favorite thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been like, oh, you know, just move around though, because this is my pride and joy. My butt hair, my pride and joy. Like,
my butt hair.
So he don't want no wax then. You know,
nah, I don't want no wax either. I'm proud of my hairy ass. Because it's a sign of manhood.
Really?
Yeah, men have hairy ass. So,
oh, thank you.
You know,
see my chest added. I don't like that.
You know what they didn't talk about was the feeling when you're growing that comfortable.
Dog.
What?
They don't talk about that.
I was looking that up earlier. We was talking.
That's
weird.
Is that bad for y'all though? Is that bad for y'all?
Yes. My shit is terrible, especially when it starts elongating and it's like rubbing up against, especially if you got cotton drawers on. Like it'd be times I'll be sitting there at work and I'm like, fuck, and it's just uncomfortable and it feels weird and you're trying to scrungle around and you goddamn, I don't even know if that's a word, scrungle. You know, you're trying to, you know, shuffle around in your seat to fix it and people looking at it. They don't tell you about it. That shit is uncomfortable. It feels like it's a different kind of sensation. It just
weird sensation, yeah.
It's weird. I wouldn't anticipate that. And then sometimes I feel like it tingled. I feel like I can actually feel it growing, like it's tingling. I'm like, the fuck is going on here? Like
real weird.
When it's tingling, I'm like, I know I'm clean.
So I know I'm clean. I know I washed. You're not gonna tell me. Yeah, right. It's just growing. That's all it is. It's growing.
It's weird. You literally you think about it, and it's like you feel that tingling sensation, and then you like, okay, this is what it feels like right now, and then to automatically think my shit is right now, like as we speak, my shit is growing, like
right now.
Yeah, I used to get like you, like, and I stood up, you know what I'm saying, and I'd be moving and shit, and I told my boss, like, she was super cool with me. I'm like, you know, my shit is tingling, like, what the fuck is this? She's like, do you need to go sit down? And I'm just like, man, I don't even know if sitting down will help. Like, it's like there's nothing you can do. You can't like, I'm not. You can't rub it. Like, it's just nothing. It's just your nerve going the fuck off.
Yeah, they sparking and it's growing and I guess they don't talk about this a lot. I'm glad that we do have the show so that we can talk about it, so that, you know, other guys can listen, because it's not often talked about just like out in the open. I guess because it is something that's so private, but it really is interesting how it really starts, because you know how they say, like, whenever babies are in the womb, like everybody starts off with a clip, and then whenever if you're a male, you know, you get more testosterone, it grows into a little penis. So it's really interesting to see. It's kind of like that's happening outside of the body. You're already born, but your shit is basically I'm for real. It's growing into a little penis. It's like
I thought about Tiffany Haddish when she said your pussy fell out. You remember? That's what I thought about the whole time you were talking. Out in my head, Tiffany Haddish was like,
your pussy fell out.
That's all that happened.
That's what it is. It's like your pussy falling out and a whole penis is growing, and it's ridiculous. And then the way that it functions, even after it gets big, whenever you get aroused, like it's blood flowing through that motherfucker. It gets fat. It stands up. You know.
This part took me out for real.
What?
God damn.
Yeah.
We larger than charge today, boys. Smiling
wide and all outside. Yeah. Larger than charge.
And the draws thing, like, even to this day, like the type of draws that I wear now are way than what I used. Like, I can't do the 100% cotton bullshits. Like, I gotta have I
can do that.
You like cotton?
I can still do cotton. It's gotten to the point where it's subsided to where I don't really feel all that. It's honestly it's kind of got me a little sad. I wanted to grow a little more, but I haven't felt that tingling in a while, so I don't.
I missed the tingling.
I do. Because I wanted to grow some more. Like,
look, I pump.
oh, you do? I've always wanted to ask about that. What is that? How does it work?
I don't pump consistently, just because I just don't. And I've had my pump for years since I started, but for years. And then just when I, recently was messing with a young lady, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let me, because when I'm excited, like when you're Jay, hold on, I'm about to say some shit. When you get excited, you get hard. I'll be so turned on or so aroused with certain people, because I'm into like chemistry. If you can arouse me like that, I'm hella excited, and it's my shit. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna be so So like, we did our little thing, whatever, and I was like, damn, I wonder what it'd be like, because my shit, just like man, a cisgender man, like the more excited he is, the harder his shit gonna be, right?
Yeah, right.
For us. And so there's only been a couple people who have been able to get me to that point where it's so hard, hurts. And so I'm like, damn, maybe my shit can grow a little bit more. And if I keep fucking with somebody who can do this, shit, I might be able to really do it.
Yeah, really grow some shit. We gonna be in there. Yeah.
What you talking about? Yeah, but it's weird, but I don't know. I don't do it consistent enough to say, oh yeah, my shit, I'm saying it works. I've heard of dudes doing it. I've also heard of like a technique, like when you playing with yourself, or you don't even have to be playing with yourself, but that kind of helps like elongate it too. Not consistent. You just tell I just don't be consistent with none of that.
I don't be consistent with shit either, so I understand. But I might want to try to pump out because I do. I'm interested.
I tell you, get it from hella cheap. So
yeah. Let me actually text that to me, and I'm gonna definitely have to get on that because I just want to see what if I do it consistently, what's gonna happen, because it's already big, but
it's a weird feeling. I think that's probably why I don't do it consistently, because I be scared I'm gonna rip my shit off.
Oh, really?
Well, because you gotta pump it in there, you gotta pump it, and it starts, swelling up like a.
You have the one with the little puppy little thing like this with the glass tube. Oh yeah, hand pump. See, I had the one and it had a little test tube on it. You put it on and pump that thing up.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I ain't gonna. I like the way it feels. It don't hurt me, but I just ain't consistent with it. So
yeah, it don't hurt. Like I'm scared.
I like to pump it. But
Are you supposed to pump it every day, or you just supposed to pump it like around the arousal time?
The jars come with some instructions, Mom.
No, he said come with some instructions. Okay, all right. I'm gonna follow instructions. Okay.
For the longest, I wasn't even doing it right. I had to learn myself.
You didn't even doing it right.
Yeah, it wouldn't even stick on there. I'm like, what the fuck? They about to see me.
Why my shit ain't getting in here?
I need my damn money back.
What the fuck?
You can't go in there
all pumping my dick right. I need my money back. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said you can't put your shit in there if it's not
lubricated.
Lubricated, yeah. If you put,
I ain't know that.
Yeah, and then like you start pumping and your shit starts swelling up. It starts filling that tube up. Like that tube is like, say, the size of my thumb. It's a glass tube. You put your shit in there, and my shit. It's not. I'm just size. Say your shit go in and it's that big. You start pumping that motherfucker. It's gonna start filling up that tube, and that's why.
Really?
I'm a damage my nerve in.
Oh God, that does sound a little scary. It's intriguing, but it's scary. I want to try it. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna, we living on the wild side. I'm gonna do it because you talking about it get there.
Right.
I should get that long. We can get somewhere.
Yeah. You might not have to do it though, like consistently. I don't know. That was just me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a mentally I get stimulated by the mind type shit. So if I'm excited and that shit get hard, I'm like, I'm not trying to be pumping, have my shit big, and then be so excited that shit hurt whenever I'm excited.
When you're excited. I don't see now. I'm gonna just have to have my baby just close to me in case something go wrong. Cause I would hate to roll up to the hospital with a glass tube around my little penis. Hey, I need some help, y'all.
There's a relief and that'll like, you know what I'm saying?
That'll
Take
kind of release it. Cause I'm like, if it gets stuck in there, what I'm supposed to do? Like, what the fuck?
You just have safety cameras nearby, just
or something.
Case of emergency type shit.
When you hold it, then it lets the air back out, so you don't have to like,
Yeah.
I just seen what it looked like in the group, the one I got.
Oh, okay. That's the one you got off of Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is that way. I'll type the link too, but where I get a lot of my shit from is called pinkcherry.com. They all got all types of shit and it's cheap as hell, y'all. They always got like some promo codes going. They have all type of sex toys, lingerie, everything on that thing.
Cherry. Yeah.
Pink
type that
Cherry.
type that in the group. I'm gonna have to definitely check that out because I'm trying to experiment on some shit.
Oh yeah, that's been my little, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm weird. I be into a lot of shit, but that's one of my
you just exploring. That's what we here. I feel like at this point in life, that's what we supposed to be doing, finding ourselves and exploring. Because who said that we got to be so in a tight knit box? You know what I'm saying? Or stuck to certain things. Try some shit out. If it work, it work. If it don't, it don't.
That part.
So
I would never tell any of that.
Oh, you would? I'll be open. I'll say it, because I know it's probably other people out there.
I'm saying no. I'm saying I personally wouldn't share that part of myself like that. I'm married. I can't. Some stuff I just can't say.
Oh well, yeah.
I just got myself in this. You see how I'm quiet right now. Y'all talk about some stuff.
Get quiet. I'll be cracking up. But as soon as some shit come up, Jay gonna get to Jay a little bit more conservative in some areas, and he ain't gonna say shit.
Now, be like,
now if we weren't recording and hundreds of people want to see this shit, I'll cover it up with you, but
yeah, but not yeah. I feel you. Out of respect.
Wild card. I don't be giving a fuck about none of that shit.
I don't need it, and my girl don't need it.
Be like, I heard that. It's safe.
Right. You see that video and Daddy was talking about? Yeah, but
I already look. My kids gonna look back at a lot of shit that I done said. But hey, the shit I say is gonna bring in some money, so I'm not concerned. That's my mindset. The shit I say is gonna bring in money, so
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do we have anything else? I know we was all over with this episode, but it's still cool. I feel like it's always good information. It's always, appreciated. I don't know if anybody else, if we had anything else to add on this one. No.
One thing.
What?
Because I didn't really make a comment about this. About we were talking about sexuality and testosterone make you attracted to men. Because I actually was talking to my wife about this earlier.
Okay.
And, I think I made this point in our group chat before, and I think that a lot of people forget that gender identity and sexual orientation is different. So like I know I've seen a few TikToks where people would ask like, how is it that you gonna transition just to like guys, or how you as a trans woman gonna transition and only want to date girls and identify as a lesbian. I think that people need to understand like there is a difference when it comes to that thing. And also testosterone does not make you attracted to men. Like that's a myth. If it's in you, it's gonna come out of you. So if you have had thoughts or you have had urges of wanting to have sex with men, like before you transition to a man, you're gonna have some that courage juice is gonna run through your veins, and it's gonna make you go ahead and want to try that. But just because you may look at a guy and be like, yo, he's attractive, you may want something that he had. You may want a penis because he has a penis. Like, damn, I want to know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or that guy got muscles. I want to know what the fuck that look like on me, like Mo said earlier. So it's like, don't get so caught up in like the specifics, but just be yourself and do do what and be with whoever makes you happy and whoever makes you feel like, like you a man. So that's all I got to say about that.
That's the last part. Oh, do with and be with whoever make you feel like the man.
Yeah.
That's the key, right?
That's so important. That's the key, right?
Mm-hmm. Being with somebody who makes you feel like
you are the key. Women are the locks. Now, I'm just playing.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, you the key and they the lock. Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
I'm just playing. That's no. That's some toxic masculinity type shit.
That's like Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to say it like that. I'm just saying, it's that it comes together. It when it comes together, it works. I see what you're saying. I get the analogy. I was gonna say something.
We need to talk on the episode too, like just what I'm saying, women, and we kind of briefly talked about it, but just women and how they feel about what I'm saying, being with trans men type shit, or like how you feel as a man. Like, do they make you feel like a trans man, or do they just make you feel like a man, or do they make you feel like what I'm saying? Because I've dealt with different things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Me as well. That's definitely can be a top. Well, yeah, we did kind of touch on it, but we can always touch on it again. But yeah, because I've had different women. I've had women who made me feel like a trans man, and women who made me feel like a man, just a man. I know. I dated this one girl. This was during my first year, and it was before my top surgery and all that. And the one thing, we weren't meant to be together, but the one thing that I really did appreciate about her was how supportive she was and how she always did make me feel like a man, even with that. Because at that point, like I still had my chest. I didn't have any facial hair. I was still, in the beginning stages, and she always made me, especially like when we were having sex or whatever, even when she would, how she would address my anatomy, it always made me feel good, because she never made me feel like any bit of a woman, and I always really appreciated that. So I think it just makes a difference, and I don't know if it makes a difference between the woman's sexuality, because I know that she was a cisgender heterosexual woman, and I have often heard, especially when I first started transitioning, that dating strictly heterosexual women might be better, because they do tend to treat you more like a man. That's what I heard. And to me, I kind of feel like, well, how they're used to having regular sized penises, you know what I'm saying? So how could they? But surprisingly, from what I've experienced, the lesbians will still tend to treat you like a souped up stud, and they basically just think you a upgrade. Yeah, that's right. And so they just think you an upgraded ass stud with some facial hair. And then I feel like the heterosexual women, they tend to treat you more like,
they value the masculinity differently than the lesbian.
Yes, that's what it is. They value it differently. So it's a difference, but it's all about getting who makes you feel how you want to feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. We got to get into that one, because
good. That'd be good.
That's a different one. We're gonna get into that. We might have to get into that one on next episode. But I think this was a good little wrap-up stop for today's episode. I want to thank everybody for joining us and giving us a listen. If you would like, you can go ahead and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pull It Up Radio, PO'_it up radio. Also follow us on Instagram at Pull It Up Radio, PO. Again, it is not poor, POUR. And then also as well, we have our Facebook page, Pull It Up Radio. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else had any outgoing words, or we just gonna wrap this up. We good? All right, wrap it up. All right, fellas. All right, we're gonna see y'all later. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, mommy, that sounds